Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I'm not doing a pick a card reading. It looks a bit like that, but I'm not. So this is a general reading. It's a message that's trying to come through. I don't know what it's going to be. All I had going into this reading was I had the words. Let me just remember them. It's completely gone out of my head now. A change disguised as revelation. It's a song, it's a line from the song Dustland Fairytale by the Killers. And I just had it in my head over and over and over again. A change disguised as revelation. Now, I like that song because it mentions Cinderella, so it's my namesake. Cinderella in a party dress, long brown hair, something eyes, and then the guy is a slick chrome American prince. I love that line, it's such a good line. Slick chrome American prince. And then so apparently the lead singer, I looked it up, he wrote it about his parents. His mum had cancer, and he was trying to see things through his father's eyes, who he had felt some kind of, he'd never felt particularly like he understood his father or his father understood him. So he was like seeing something from a different point of view. I don't quite know exactly what this song means. I don't know why my guides are giving it to me and they're trying to tell me something, right? I don't know. But I guess we're going to go forward and see. Now, the thing that shocked me was when I woke up this morning, I always ask for a song. It's like, as I wake up, as I'm coming around, I always say, give me a song. And what did they give me? But they gave me the song that had been stuck in my head all night. I'm just pulling it up here on my phone. A Dustland Fairytale by the Killers. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's the song. That's the song that was stuck in my head. And it's almost like they reminded me as well, because I woke up and I was like, what was that song that was stuck in my head? And because they'd only given me a line, I knew I was going to have to look it up, right? I knew I was going to have to Google it and go and look for the line. And they literally gave me the song that had been stuck in my head. It was crazy. So, A Dustland Fairytale Beginning, or Just Another White Trash Country Kiss. In 61, long brown hair and foolish eyes. He looked just like you'd want him to. Some kind of slick chrome American prince. A blue jeans serenade, a moon river. What did you do to me? I don't believe you. Saw Cinderella in a party dress, but she was looking for a nightgown. Saw the devil wrapping up his hands, he was getting ready for the showdown. I saw the minute that he turned away, I got my money on a pawn tonight. And there's the line, a change came in the disguise of revelation and set his soul on fire. She said he always knew he'd come around. She always knew he'd come around. And the decades disappear like sinking ships, but we persevere. God gives us hope. But we still fear what we don't know. The mind is poisoned. Castles in the sky sit stranded, vandalised. The drawbridge is closing. So it is one of those songs that's kind of poetic. It's kind of metaphorical. It doesn't always necessarily make a lot of clear sense. Cinderella, don't you go to sleep? It's such a bitter form of refuge. Oh, don't you know the kingdom's under siege and everybody needs you? Is there still magic in the midnight sun, or did you leave it back in 61 in the cadence of a young man's eyes, out where the dreams all hide? And there's a line as well, it's where the good girls die. Reminds me of yesterday's reading, which is today's reading for me. One of the piles got the advice song All Good Girls Go to Hell by Billie Eilish, which also mentions like the devil, right? My Lucifer's lonely. So something's trying to be said, something's trying to come through. I'm not quite grasping it, but I meant to get another song on camera. So I wasn't expecting to do a reading today, guys. Like, I'm a bit befuddled. My kids are off school sick as well, so everything's kind of up in the air. I channeled the song as I was kind of tuning in, getting ready to do the reading. I got I think it's from Top Gun. Oh no, why? My memory's failing me. Maybe this is part of the reading. Maybe somebody has a really bad memory. It's hard to recall stuff. Take My Breath Away. Take My Breath Away from Top Gun. And just notably as well, the sky is clear blue. The storm that we had, Storm Barra, has passed. Clear blue skies, and you can hear, I've got my window open slightly, you can hear those birds tweeting outside the window. So there is something about clear blue skies and birds that's been coming through in the readings for the past few days. It's kind of like passing through a storm, right, coming out the other side of some kind of experience that's quite turbulent and difficult. Also this thing about not being able to breathe, like feeling like the air's really close, feeling like the air's dense, not feeling like you can get enough air in, is another thing that's coming through, which is what led me to take my breath away. Can I please unlock my phone? Right, here we go. So let's get a song on camera for this reading. What would you like to communicate, please? What do the people coming to this reading need to know? Boys by Britney Spears and Pharrell Williams. For whatever reason, I feel like I've been wanting you all my life. You don't understand. I'm so glad we're at the same place at the same time. I spotted you dancing. You made all the girls stare. Those lips and your brown eyes, and the brown eyes twice now, and the sexy hair. Tell your boys you'll be back. I want to see what you can do. Yeah, so maybe people are flirting, not trying to sound conceited, but me and you, it's destiny. I don't know. I'm also getting something about advertising. I don't know if somebody's getting a job in advertising or buying advertising or marketing, yeah, like paparazzi as well. Paparazzo, I'm your biggest fan. So that's kind of been coming through as well. I don't know if it's connected or not. Let's get you some words for this reading. Can I get some words, please, for this reading? So the people watching will know it's for them, please. Some. I immediately got handsome. Some nothing. Kind of like some nothing is everything kind of thing. Like it's nothing, you know, dismissing something or trying to act dismissive when, like, nothing will come of nothing as well. It's one of my favourite quotes from Shakespeare. It's King Lear. Nothing will come of nothing. Like, he's Lear speaking to his daughter Cordelia, who's finding it difficult to say how she feels about him. King Lear has 3 daughters. 2 of them are just after his money. So on his deathbed, when he's dividing up his kingdom, he says, tell me how much you love me and I'll give you some land worthy of how much you love me. So in public, in court, in front of all the people who are in court, the daughters have to announce how much they love the father. But the 3rd daughter, Cordelia, who is his favourite and who loves him, genuinely loves him the most, she's like the good character, right? She says, I can't regurgitate these words into my mouth. She can't, or her heart into her mouth. It's like, how do I express how I feel for you? So somebody could be having trouble expressing their feelings for somebody. It's like words aren't enough, but nothing will come of nothing. So you're not going to get what you want if you can't express what you want. So it's like almost saying you have to find the words. But it's like sometimes the words feel false, you know. It's like when you really love someone and you tell them I love you, sometimes those words aren't enough. So it's like, how do you convey the meaning? Wandered forever. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it kind of again gives me King Lear. He kind of wandered out in the field, right? Let me not be mad. And wandered forever. It's given me Wordsworth as well. So I wandered lonely as a cloud on high over hill and dale. All at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. So some nothing wandered forever. It could be talking about somebody who feels hopeless, right? They feel like a wanderer. They feel lost. They don't feel anchored to anything. So it's like, well, what am I if I'm not anchored to anything or anyone? Do I have any meaning? So maybe it's talking about the value we find when we forge connections with other people, when we find our place in a community, you know, when we find some kind of reason for being. So one of my friends, I think it may have been my friend Krisha, so shout out, hi if you're watching, retweeted this. They tweet lots of art into my timeline, and one of the things that they tweeted into my timeline recently was this this very old woman who lived in, I think it was in Crete. It was one of these places where they have white buildings, right, with the blue doors and windows. And she would go around the whole village painting this very beautiful, intricate flower work all around the doors. And it made that actual village unique and almost like a cohesive artwork throughout the whole of the village. So it was really, really beautiful. And it also gave that very elderly woman a place in society. She had value, she had something to contribute, and it was a very beautiful thing that kind of gave an identity to that whole village. So there could be something about that. Maybe somebody is older, maybe somebody is getting a little bit forgetful, and it's like, well, how do you give that person meaning? How do you make that person feel like they have something to contribute? They're not sort of wandering lost, but they have a purpose. So I don't know, possibly, maybe. Okay, what do we have, please? I have been getting a lot of stuff as well. It could be a Cancerian connection. It comes through in Cancer's readings quite a lot of as we get older, you know, as perhaps job opportunities pass us by for people who are younger and trendier and who have the finger on the pulse, you know, when we feel that kind of boomer energy coming in. What is our place in society as we get older? How are we valued? Especially for, I think, older people who don't have children, or perhaps who have children who are very busy. It's you know, you can go and join groups and things. You can go and join, I don't know, like knitting groups they're showing me, or craft groups. But what happens when COVID happens? What happens when you can't get out to the church hall and go to those meeting places? What if you can't meet, or what if you don't have the technical skills to kind of meet your friends online? So it could be talking about the isolation that older people often feel, especially during times when, you know, lockdown's happening and, you know, you can't actually get out and physically be around other people. So somebody may feel very, very disconnected, very purposelessness. Does that make sense? Like they have no purpose. Who am I going to be? Where am I going? The desert? No way. So it's funny, I've just watched two things on YouTube about the TV show June. Those of you who come to my readings a lot will know that I channeled June. It was coming through in my readings, and then I watched the film and I was like, I have channeled this whole movie. It feels like I've watched it before, which is funny because it has that kind of psychic thing as an undercurrent in the movie. But I just watched I think a day or two ago I watched bad lip syncing, the bad lip syncing videos, the version of June, and then this morning I watched honest trailers, their June video. So it's funny, I'm getting this desert stuff because, again, Dustland Fairytale, could be that somebody is from the desert. I'm getting kind of like Nevada, Vegas as well. What was I getting? Vegas. Sometimes I describe my brain as being like a pinball machine. You know, like my thoughts are like the pinball, and it kind of ricochets around the pinball machine and hits different points in my brain and lights them up. So if I get an idea or I get a thought, it's not just like a linear thought like I think most people think, but my thoughts bounce around my brain and kind of light up other areas. So I have a very yeah, just a pinball like brain. It's like, so they were showing me this pinball machine kind of lighting up and, you know, making the jackpot noise. I don't know if you can get a jackpot with pinball, I don't know if that's a thing, but then quite as easily I was being shown like the pinballs, they can get lost, right? If you don't use the flippers and keep the pinball up, those thoughts go down into the hole and they get lost. So maybe somebody has a very scatterbrained way of thinking like I do. I say it's kind of like an entrepreneurial way of thinking. It's kind of, because your thoughts ricochet, it lights up different areas that other people perhaps wouldn't touch on. So it gives you out of the box thinking, it gives you creative thinking. That's the way I describe it. But yeah, it was giving me, with this kind of light up jackpot thing, it was giving me Vegas. So I don't know, maybe somebody is going to Vegas, maybe somebody's gambling, maybe somebody's trying to win the jackpot. Don't gamble at anything that you can't afford to lose, you know. Bit of a warning there for somebody. But it also says solitariness, right? Loneliness. Oh, I was going to say it was on the underlying as well. When I got the deck out, my hands were a bit sticky. I'd put moisturiser on and it kind of like flipped out like that. It got stuck to my finger and flipped out, and it was desert. And I thought, I know that's the card that wants to come out. And I wish I'd said, because now you're not all going to believe me, but yeah, that's what happened. So solitariness, loneliness, isolation, feeling disconnected, like looking around and being like there's no one in sight. Where are my friends? Where are my family? I'm all alone. How do I make connections with people? This card also gives me three little birds, the Bob Marley song. There's three little birds outside my window singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. This is a message for you. Also, again, this kind of sparkly stuff kind of reminds me of the spice in the movie June. And there's a number 13 which breaks down to a 4, which is about your foundations, your stability, feeling like you have a home, and not just literally like 4 walls, but like a place, right? Where is your home? Where do you want to lay your hat? Where does your heart lie? They were pulling my attention to what I just said there, heart lie. So something about, is my heart lying to me? How can I trust my own heart? How can I trust my own feelings? Is somebody else lying to me about their heart? Happiness and dolphin. That's the card I'm going to take, but we will have a look at these. Also, this is 42, the answer to life, love and everything. So I think somebody is on the right track. I want to say, if you're concerned that your heart is lying, I want to say no. What makes your heart happy is truth to you. It's your destiny. So I'm going to come back to that in a second, but you've got links, secrets. So somebody could have secret feelings. They're keeping something in the heart secret. Snow leopard, the watcher. So I'm always watching you. That's Flame by Barry James, is it? I'm always watching you. I really like that song at the moment. This is a 6, so soulmate connection, and hair cycles. So I don't know how cycles plays into it, but this does give me Empress energy, or Empress in waiting energy. It always talks to me about the person who makes you feel safe. So you can see like the rabbits are crowding around this person. It kind of gives me the energy of like, say you were at a family party, and somebody starts shouting, people get a bit angry, voices get a bit raised. Who did the children go to for comfort? It kind of gives me that energy. So it's like this person, they just have this sense of calm, or this sense of, maybe this person has a calming effect on you. But also, I'm just noticing the colour of her hair and the colour of the links. So it's kind of telling me, is she the person in there, or is she the person holding the secret? It could be that she's both people. Wearing a mask, hiding things, keeping a secret. They're giving me a Gloria Estefan song. I don't think it's the secret of my heart, but I'm hearing it that way. The music of my heart. The music of my heart. And wolf, authenticity on the underlying there. So I want to say that you can trust your own heart. So I think a good way of seeing, it's almost like, it's not even like somebody doesn't trust somebody else's feelings. It's like somebody doesn't trust their own feelings. It's like, am I deceiving myself about how I feel? So I think a really good indicator of this is, how do you feel after you've interacted with somebody? So a lot of the time, this doesn't have to be romantic either. It can talk about friendship groups, especially like I was talking about people in lockdown who feel disconnected from people. So it's like, well, when you interact with this person or certain people, how do you feel afterwards? Pay attention to what you're doing. So you get a text from this person. Do you go, oh gosh, this person wants my attention again? Or do you smile, and does your face light up when you hear from this person? It's a really good indicator of, like, on a vibrational, energetic level, what does this person do to your energy? So do the people drain you? Do they make you feel exhausted after interacting with them? Do they make you feel like they're pulling on your attention? Or do they lift you and make you feel happy and you know, like you enjoy spending time with them? It's a really good indicator of like what your true emotions are, I think. Because I think sometimes we can trick ourselves. But yeah, happiness. So what does make you happy? Who makes you happy? Wanting to be around the people who make you happy more. Dolphins as well talk to me about Venus Aphrodite. So they do talk to me about romance and passion. But they're very playful animals as well. So I think there's something about wanting to be around people who have a very light energy. So perhaps they're not taking things too seriously. They're not all doom and gloom and glass half empty. But it's like, I know that what I need right now is people who lift my vibration, who make me have fun, who make me smile, right? It's like, I want to be around people who put a smile on my face. God put a smile on my face. That's another song. God give me style, give me grace. God put a smile upon my face. Yeah. But I feel like somebody's being carried as well by somebody else's happiness. It's like it could be a group of friends. It's like come on, we're going to take you somewhere. Come on, we're going to carry you, we're going to support you, we're going to lead the way. Again, 42. Watch out for dolphins as well. Watch out for if you've seen 3 small birds. Again, that could be an indicator from spirit saying everything's going to be all right. They give me everything's going to be all right. Okay, what else, please? Realization. What is that? A revelation, a change disguised as revelation. Realization. Kind of giving me the Matrix as well, you know, like 2 realities superimposed over each other. Yeah, you're being led somewhere. I want to say you're being resilience as well. One of my favorite energies. I think it's something that more people need to be taught. Resilience. It's if you have that skill in your toolbox, you can get through anything, right? It's like hard work, but you can achieve anything because you're resilient. It's hard to be resilient. It's probably one of the most hard things. It's much easier to say this is difficult, I'm going to give up. But when we persevere through things, that's how you really get the achievement. You know, I was talking about medical school in a reading this week. Going to medical school for what, 5 years or 7 years, however long it is. That is very difficult. You know, you're going to work in emergency rooms, you're going to be in difficult situations, you're going to have emotional situations to deal with. You know, there's a lot of factual information there that you have to learn to become a doctor. But you know, a lot of people are going to drop out of medical school and say, this isn't for me. I can't make it to the end here. It's too hard. But the people who do persevere and get to the end of the course actually benefit really quite greatly from having a really good solid career, right, for the rest of their lives. So yeah, perseverance is a key success to achievement. And I always say that you can't be a true emperor if you haven't faced difficult circumstances and learned perseverance. So perhaps realizing that your experiences have made you a stronger person. I've been getting songs like Fighter by Christina Aguilera as well this week, and I just want to bring this close and say, you know, this kind of like dust cloud, like the spice from June, it's actually surrounding her there. So it's almost like maybe spirit guides, maybe this is almost like orbs, you know, like the spirits around you, or guardian angels, God, or whatever. It's like sending you signs, sending you clues, like these 3 little birds saying, you're on the right path, come this way, do more of this. So it's like almost like these little orbs become the dolphins, right? The spirit guides carrying you to your destiny with number 42. And then it's like you're going into a new chapter. I'm just noticing it kind of looks like book pages. Like, do you see? It's like they're surrounding you, they're carrying you. So I want to say that you're also protected. You're divinely guided and protected. Just noticing as well, she has like white hair. This is 3 different decks. They all by the same creator, but on all 3 decks she has white hair. And they don't all, like, not every character has white hair here. You know, you've got like different characters on these cards with different races, but yeah, very, very white hair. I'm going to read the Queen of the Moon Oracle, number 3. Realization. With self-awareness comes realization. Knowledge is power. Self-examination of your role within a situation is important. Self-examination of your role within a situation is important. I have a timely self-awareness and act upon my realizations. As we move... when we decide to really examine our lives without fear or favour, it can be hard. This is no doubt an act of courage. We might not like what we discover, after all, yet without self-awareness and the will to act upon these realizations, whether we perceive them as negative or positive, we do not change and grow. The realization that we have a pattern, a bad habit, or a behaviour. My bad habits lead to you, Ed Sheeran. A bad habit or a behaviour that is causing us pain is a very powerful position. Even though we may feel worry and pain around this discovery, we can take personal responsibility to change our situation, since we know our current position. Knowing ourselves more completely enables us to accept ourselves more readily and to dare to love exactly who we really are. So seeing ourselves clearly, it's kind of like warts and all, right? Seeing how our life is our current situation is because we've made certain choices, right? Yes, situations will present themselves that we have to negotiate, but it's how we negotiate those situations that causes us to come to the point in our life that we're at. So I want to say, if you're not happy, I feel like somebody has been doing that kind of hermit mode energy of like really digging deep into their own inner psyche, really holding themselves accountable for their own behaviors, really accepting the bad behavior or shadow side of themselves, right? This is like, I accept my role in my life. I accept my personal responsibility for the way that I feel, for the situation that I'm in, for the way that I've behaved, and taking accountability for that. So saying, I'm not happy, you know, I recognize a pattern of behavior that I'm in a cycle. That's why we saw cycles, right, with the hair. I recognize that I'm in this cycle, and I recognize that by continuing to take the same steps or the same path, I'm perpetuating this cycle that's making me miserable. So if I want to go on a different cycle, if I want the situation, the outcome to be different, I need to change my behavior. I need to go through the right door instead of the left door when this situation is presented to me. So it can be very, very difficult, especially if this is talking about being in the moment, acting on impulse when a situation arises. You know, if you've always responded to adversity or you know, criticism with anger, it can be very, very hard to retrain your own behavior pattern to respond to criticism with gratitude, you know, respond to criticism with acceptance. There's different ways that we can respond when something comes at us. So by doing this, we change our future, right? We have control over our future. We actually have control over our past, because by learning the lessons, that's going to change our perception of the past and also our behavior in the future. So yeah, I'm just noticing the D as well, D&D. Don't know why, but that jumped out at me. DDR, is that something? Maybe that's sounds like a medical thing, but I don't really know. Giving Me Bad Habits again by Ed Sheeran. All right, so what do we have here? Yeah, bad luck. Oh, I hope nobody gambled. Oh yeah, that somebody could be gambling. Don't gamble anything you can't afford to lose, right? Somebody has very scattered thoughts. But here, look, wish fulfillment with the Two of Cups. Yeah, somebody's lost money. Somebody took some kind of risk or gamble and they've lost money. Luck could be involved. There is a realization of something that's missing though. There's a realization of why this person's behaving the way that they're behaving. So I am getting a very, very clear storyline, and it's not going to be for everybody, right? For one person, it could literally be like, you went to Vegas, you gambled something you shouldn't have gambled, you lost money. They're telling me house, right? You've put your house in jeopardy, perhaps. They're telling me lost everything. It could feel that way. I don't think that's necessarily true, but it could definitely feel that way. Somebody could have to declare bankruptcy. This is in the past position though, so I'm not saying that this has happened, although it could be a warning, you know, be careful. But yeah, huge disappointment here, huge sense of loss. This person's really sat in the past. There's an apology here. This person feels a lot of guilt, a lot of remorse. They want to apologise. They want to make a gesture to make something right. Emotionally, they feel like they've been immature. Really, if they haven't gambled and lost money, this energy of looking back at the past, which they're still in, this is the centre of the reading, looking back at the past, having a lot of regret for something that they felt was a bad turn of events, that bad luck, bad wheel of fortune, bad karma, some kind of big sense of loss. Big sense of disappointment here, but it's in the mind space, so they're looking back at this with clarity, they're analysing, they're learning the lessons, I want to say, but they're kind of sat in it, they're not moving forward at this point. This is the centre of the reading. Again, in the past, there's this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Again, it's this sense of either losing money or losing some kind of situation where this person felt a sense of belonging, like a sense of security, a sense of having everything they need. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse is saying this person didn't have everything that they needed on a material financial level. They feel like, you know, they're not comfortable with their life. They're not, you know, they're missing out on things. It's kind of like the insta lie, you know, comparing yourself to other people, seeing what they have, and wanting more, wanting a bigger house, wanting better clothes, wanting design clothes, really feeling the sense of, I'm unlucky in career, I'm unlucky in money, you know, seeing yourself as a bit of a loser mentality in terms of money and finances in the past. Let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What's going on with that Wheel of Fortune in reverse, please, in the past? It is something about success. So it could be that in the past this person thought they had a certain amount of success, or they were doing something that they thought would lead them to success. But the Knight of Swords is coming after. The Knight of Swords is taking action, is swift action, swift communication. So it's like this person acted quite impulsively. They took action impulsively based on some kind of desire or notion of success or reward or recognition. And it's interesting that this idea of success that they took action on actually led to them feeling this sense of loss, or material loss, or a sense of bad luck. Like bad luck, you didn't get the success that you thought you deserved, you didn't get this recognition you thought you were going to get, you acted too impulsively. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, please. I'm getting so dizzy. I really feel like this person was, because this is a big change. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is a big change. It's a big loss. It's a big hit, right? And I think when we do have these big moments in our life where, you know, we realize something, because you've got realization. When we really realize something, and we realize, do you know what? Yes, circumstances around me played out a certain way, but I do have a role there. I was somewhat responsibility because I did take action. You know, you took action. You had the Knight of Swords. So again, if this isn't your reading, leave it. It's somebody else's reading. So don't get angry with me for what I'm saying. But I think if this is your reading, then you know what I'm saying is true, right? You're like, yeah, I'm putting that on my shoulders. I know that was me. Which, you know, if that is you, huge congratulations. And again, this isn't me criticizing you. I'm on your side. I'm reading for you. I'm telling you what the cards are telling me, right? I'm telling you what the spirit guides are telling me. I need to also say that if this is you and you're taking action on this, and you're coming out of the sulking phase and you're starting to really take control, like Chariot energy or like Emperor energy, especially if you associated with the third reading for the water signs, I've got this energy of like all my guides around me, all the voices in my ear are like cheering you on. I've got this really, like, my guides are so excited for somebody right now. They're like, my guides are almost going like, yes, they've got it, they're getting it, yes, they're on the right path, yes, they're doing it, yes, they're picking themselves up. So if you're feeling that I want to confirm, like, my guides are going crazy right now. So again, this is past position, right? This is like somebody, oh no, I gambled something, even like, securing a loan, but using your own house to secure the loan, right? And it's like that investment fails, and you're like, oh my God, my home is now, like, I could lose my home because of this, right? Like a secured loan. There's something here that somebody took some kind of risk. They thought it was going to bring them success, and it didn't. The gamble did not pay off, and it actually put them at a loss, or it made them feel like they didn't have a sense of security. So it's like somebody I think is just at that tipping point now with that roller coaster energy of the readings. Somebody's just at the tipping point of like, it could be that they've been working their way out of this. Like it's been an uphill struggle, right, to get your finances back on track. It could be like, you know, getting out of the black and into the blue. Yes, that Lana Del Rey song, Get Free. It's like get free of like owing people money, get free of feeling like you can't make decisions in your own life because you're still paying off, or it could be like karma as well, paying back the karma for this past situation. So it could be like you've been working really, really hard, you've been taking like side jobs and everything to earn enough money to pay some kind of loan off, or to get out of the black, right? Is it out of the red and into the black? But now it's like you're going into the blue. So I want to say like you're going into a phase where you're going to have the money, you're going to have the good luck, you're going to have the good karma, especially if you've took responsibility for your own actions and you've learned from that, and you're going to make different choices in the future. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, look, somebody's been working their way out of it. Somebody's like, this is the attitude of, I can't do that right now. I can't take that offer right now because I'm busy working my way out of this step by step, day by day. That's a Madonna song, step by step, day by day. It's a really old, obscure Madonna song. And now they're giving me working Monday through Friday, takes up all of my time. If I can get to the weekend, everything will work out just fine. That's when I can go crazy, that's when I can have fun. Time to be with the grown-ups, time to get something done. Where's the party? I want to lose control. I feel like that's another Madonna song. Where's the party? I want to lose control. But this person's been working Monday to Friday, so it's like I can't accept that offer, I can't go out, I can't have fun, I can't do the fun things, I can't go spend money on partying because I've got this work to do, I've got this goal in mind, I've got to kind of get out of the red and into the black, and then I can go into the blue, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the Five of Cups right in the center of the reading is looking back at the past, looking back at past disappointments, looking at things that didn't work out, feeling the emotions of that, right? Again, with this page here, it's like somebody's just opening up emotionally. It's almost like this energy of denial turning into emotional acceptance. So it could be that this person kind of was very, very defensive about what got them into this situation in the first place, right? They had that comes from a place of, it comes from a place of ego. It comes when you can't accept criticism. It's funny that I picked up on criticism. When you can't accept criticism for your own actions, it's because there's some kind of self-acceptance there that person doesn't have. So the sort of person who can't take criticism, the person who's defensive, is because they're actually very, very, there's something really insecure about them there. So it's almost this feeling of, I already criticize myself. I already, it's going to hurt me too much to look at my role in that. It's going to hurt me too much. It's going to hurt my sense of ego, my sense of who I am as a person. If I see myself as successful, if I see myself as being a provider, to actually accept responsibility and say, no, I made a bad choice there. I put my family, my security at risk financially because of that choice that I made. It's like you're not living up to that idea of yourself that you've got in your head, right, of what you should be. But I want to say that everybody's human, everybody fails, everybody loses money, everybody makes bad choices from time to time. So actually forgiving yourself, allowing you to feel that shame and that guilt, and that sense of inferiority, of your own self-imposed ideas of who you should be, like cracking that open and allowing yourself to feel those things and accept that responsibility, that's very brave. So if you're at that point, then again, huge congratulations, because you're growing as a person. You're taking accountability for the mistakes that you've made, and that actually is what makes the Emperor, right? The Emperor isn't somebody who's infallible. The Emperor is somebody who makes mistakes and knows how to fix them, right? They accept responsibility for the mistakes that they made. An Emperor, a true Emperor, is going to have to make difficult decisions sometimes. A true Emperor, everybody looks to them to make the decisions, and sometimes there's going to be something that didn't work out. Sometimes the Emperor is going to make the wrong call, but the Emperor is like, do you know what, that didn't work out, let's pick ourselves back up, let's figure out how to get out of this, let's do the right thing, you know. And there's more respect for people who are like that, who admit fault. So this is somebody in the process of still crying over spilt milk a bit, still being in the past, still feeling the disappointments, but they're feeling the way through it. And eventually they are going to turn around. They are going to see that there's this Two of Cups right behind them. Look at the placement of these two cards, right? There's something good right behind them. There's something good that's in the future for them. It's wish fulfillment, right? There's nothing missing from this. And there's a bridge there that's going to allow them to continue on with the journey. But this phase of looking back is really important. It's so key, because that's where you learn the lessons, so you don't repeat the same mistakes. It is balanced out by Justice and the High Priestess. So in the tangible reality here, in the action space, this Justice card tells me that there could be contracts, there could be law, there could be some kind of paperwork involved. It could just be talking about karma, like it's your karma to be in this position so that you learn the lesson, right? That's all karma is. It's just, hey, we're going to throw this back at you to see what you do with it. You know, until you learn to juggle, we're going to keep throwing these balls at you. If you keep dropping the balls, we're just going to keep throwing you more, because you're not going to learn to juggle if you don't have any balls. I don't know what that is. Justice. Tell me about justice, please, for this person in their action space. Justice, yeah, no, a new start was blocked. Look at that, the Fool in reverse. A new start was blocked. The Eight of Swords in reverse. Somebody had to get themselves unstuck. Somebody had to get themselves out of fear of the future, fear of the unknown, fear of confusion. They had a perception of themselves as stuck, which was preventing them from taking a new leap forward. But I also feel like there was something around them. Again, it could be literal law, right? Literal work contracts. It could be your bank balance, right? You're contractually obliged to complete this this test. I don't know, it's kind of giving me like the labors of Hercules. Like you're contractually obliged to work through all these things that we're throwing at you, or to get out of the, get out of the red. Either it's literally like law, like physical law, or it's the universe saying, you need to do some self-reflection here. You need to do that shadow work. Look at that with those two cards. You have to do your shadow work. We're keeping you trapped. We're not going to let you, we're not going to let you Aries this. We're not going to let you just kind of like cut your losses and run. This is not a cut and run situation. You've got to stay here. You've got to deal with your responsibilities. You made your bed. You made the mess. You're going to lie in it until you've learned the lessons. And then you get to go and run off and have fun, right? But until then, nope. The universe is keeping you stuck here until you deal with your own BS. But they're doing you a favor, right? They're doing it for you. They're doing it because you've made a mess for yourself that you need to clean up. And you're not growing as a person if you just create a big mess and run off. That's not, you're not developing there. You're not developing any new skills. The universe is teaching you how to clean up your own messes. It's tough love, but it's for you, right? It's good for you. You're going to be a stronger, better person because of this. And you're not going to keep getting into that mess, because you're going to learn the lessons. You're going to learn the cycle. The High Priestess in the emotions. So use your intuition. Your intuition's super strong. Again, it's like, how I was saying here with 42, like the High Priestess going into the Star. The Star is wish fulfillment. It's your destiny, right? It's complete healing. Just lovely nakedness here of both of these women that I'm noticing as well. Beautiful naked lady bodies. It is saying, where your happiness lies, right? Why are you making these mistakes? Why are you wasting money on and resources on things that don't make you happy, when your happiness is like right there? It's like, what's good for you. What, it's not like a plaster on a wound either. It's not like a quick fix. The quick fixes don't really bring you long-term happiness, right? This is a future, a destiny, probably with somebody else. That could be romantic, it could be a friend. There's somebody here for you, or a group of people who are incredibly healing, who will make you truly happy. There will be nothing missing. This is a return. So intuitively, on a deep soul level, you know what makes you happy, you know what your future is, you know which path you should be going down, you know which door you should be opening, and you know which doors you should be closing. Whatever this disappointment is in the past, wrap it up, complete it, move on. Because, you know, while you're stuck in this energy, you're not in this energy, which is very, very good, right? This is good karma for learning the lessons. If you've got bad karma for making bad decisions, you know, and you kind of, the universe is holding you in that, the universe is holding you accountable. When you complete this, when you really, really do that shadow work, which I think a lot of you have done, because again, my guides are going crazy for somebody, giving me crazy for you now. What's all the Madonna stuff? And now Robbie Williams, she's Madonna. Yeah, you're strong intuition here, strong, deep knowing. Telling me brink of death for somebody. For some of you, it could be like, for some of you, it's some kind of, it could be like alcohol or substance abuse, or like just a party lifestyle, where again, with that kind of Vegas energy that's coming through, it's like needing to blow off steam, right? And kind of having a really big blowout, but you know, having the hangover, having the regrets the next day, not being able to remember clearly what you've done, or remembering things and thinking, oh my God, I really wish I hadn't done that. It's like, it's almost like an impulse to make you feel better when you've been working really hard, right? Or when you've been stressed. It's like that blowout energy. But it is kind of what you need in that instant, I want to say, because air signs had something like this. But in a long-term view, you know, you still have to, you have to work through that hangover, and then you have to go back to work. You still have to do the daily grind, right? And if it's a job you hate, then why don't you look for something else? You know, that's a better long-term solution. So there's something like that coming through, where it's like, you know, somebody had to hit rock bottom. Yeah, that's what it is. Somebody had to hit rock bottom, like on like brink of death, rock bottom, to really change their life. There's some nostalgia here, there's some thinking about the past. This gives me the energy again of like, somebody could have lost somebody, somebody could have lost a father figure, a parental figure. But this is like looking back at your own past, looking at the way that you were parented, looking back at your role models. Six of Cups energy is soulmate energy as well. So I do think you've got a bit of a soul tribe around you here, you know, trying to lead you in the right direction. But this is also talking to me about when my granddad passed away. He passed away around Christmas time, and I didn't handle it well, and so at a family get together, I drank too much, right? I lost control. I drank too much and got very, very sick. Like, honestly, could not eat lasagna for a while after that. But it's because like I was like I dealt with that pain in a way that I needed to at the time, right? I just needed to numb those emotions at that moment. But it taught me a lesson, right? And I think that's the last time I drunk myself senseless, and that was before my daughter was born. So my daughter's 13 this month, so it's been 13 years since I drank myself to oblivion. So yeah, and then the Two of Pentacles, so something's coming into balance here. I feel like some of you, I'm getting a message for some of you, it's a father figure that passed over, and you're making amends. Because that song, you know, Dustland, Fairytale, he was talking about understanding his own father better, right? Understanding his own parents better. You know, seeing their life through a different lens. Sometimes that can be when you fall into the same experience, perhaps judging a parent badly for something, and then finding yourself in the same situation and being like, I understand their choices now. So I do feel like there's an energy of a parental figure on the other side who, through kind of like karmic patterning, you've understood them better. You know, you've made amends with them in the afterlife with the High Priestess. As something's coming into balance, something's coming into alignment here in relation to something from the past. Gosh, this reading's really taken a lot out of me. So healing, absolutely healing something. Again, I feel like you're healing not only your past relationship with this person, but you're healing some kind of sense of self, and releasing yourself from, I want to say somebody's releasing themselves from ancestral patterning. So again, this could be like, to give you examples, my grandparents, my maternal grandparents smoked like chimneys. Like their house was so full of smoke. I grew up in a pub, it was always really smoky. My mum smoked. My dad gave up when I was about 11. My dad gave up smoking, and I've got so much respect for him for that. And I don't smoke, and my children, I mean, they're very young, but hopefully they won't smoke either. So breaking an ancestral negative pattern of behavior. Again, with drinking, I grew up in a pub. Like I come from a drinking culture, you know, Manchester, England. Drinking culture is, people drink sociably here, and I think I've healed my own relationship with alcohol over the past 13 plus years, where you know, I've broken that ancestral pattern of behavior as well. So, and it brings you to wish fulfillment. When you stop repeating negative cycles, it makes you like a cleaner, healthier person, where you can make better choices for the future. The star's confirmed by the star, guys. What can I say? Yeah, wish fulfillment coming in. If you've done that healing work, and I think you're still in the process of like really wrapping up the past, right? Really feeling those disappointments and working out what that means to you on an emotional level. This is new as well. The page is like, it's new for you to explore this. It's like a new emotional landscape that you're exploring, but incredible healing energy here, leading you to wish fulfillment, leading you to your destiny, and it's a positive destiny, right? It's taking you, if you felt like there was some problem with your success, or you weren't recognized, or you weren't valued in the past, this is really learning that the only voice that really matters, again with criticism, the only voice that really matters is your own. Do you think you're a good person? Are you proud of yourself? And this is including saying, do you know what? I didn't like myself in the past. I didn't like the way I behaved. I didn't like those choices that I made, but I've grown, and I can see that I like who I am today based on the lessons that I learned from being a shit person in the past, right? So again, if that's you, I just have this energy of like my spirit, guys, like, you know, like this energy around me, like this energy around me here, like absolutely, like it's like confetti and fireworks and like whoop whoop whoop, you know, like that Ricky Lake style. Like my guys are going crazy. It's like somebody's on it, somebody's doing it, somebody's got it. Like it's just like, yes, they're doing it, yes, keep going. Two of Cups then. I can't believe the star confirmed by the star. Like that is mega. Like that is mega mega mega. Somebody walked away, oh, look at that. Somebody walked away from their Two of Cups because they had healing to do. So it's like this person, they're aware that that Two of Cups is behind them. They're aware that their person here on earth as well, I want to say this is like a best friend, somebody who just gets you, right? They accept you for exactly who you are. They probably have been through something similar to you. They've probably had the same kind of ancestral patterning or wounding that they've been working through. They've been on a parallel path, I want to say. They're very much like you. They understand you. They understand that, you know, you've done things that you're ashamed of. You know, they've done things that they're ashamed of too. You know, they understand you, and they see you, and they accept you for exactly who you are because you feel the same way about them, right? That person exists for you. If you haven't met them yet, some of you have, because this is definitely showing me a return. If you haven't met them yet, then they're out there for you, right? You just have to complete this part that you're on now, turn around, and it's like, boom, their destiny, like serendipity. They're on the same train platform as you, right? Like turning around and seeing someone and being like, oh my god, that's my person. I knew I loved you before I met you. I'm mainly getting a message though that some of you have been really stressed about this. Some of you have really got in your head. It's almost like, especially if you are very similar, right? You've both been in the same cycles of negative behavior. You know, bad habits lead to you. it could very, very easily slip into a toxic relationship, a codependent toxic relationship. You know, you could actually mirror each other's bad habits in a way where you enable each other's bad habits. So I feel like there was this walking away, there was this feeling of like, not right now, it's not for me right now, I can't, because this is a card about healing. Again, you've got the star card so much, which huge amount of healing here. And again, with the doubling, with the star card, I really feel like it's two people with the same bad habits, the same toxic behaviors that they've been working through, going away, separating, doing the shadow work, while they both healed. Two star cards, right? Two like major healing patterns here. I feel like this has caused this person, this walking away, I feel like it's caused them a huge amount of stress, a huge amount of guilt, a huge amount of regret that they had to walk away, right? It's like, I know you're my person, I know you're my destiny, yeah, I cannot be with you right now because I recognize that we both have healing to do, but it's killing me to not be with you. It's killing me that I can't be there with you to help you through this. But it's like, I have to go and deal with my own shit, right? Waiting for the return. Again, the King of Swords and the King of Swords here. Two lots of Aquarius energy as well. So you've got two King of Swords, both double Aquarius, two star cards, both double Aquarius. So it could be that you've both got Aquarius in your chart, but waiting for the return, or waiting for the right time to return after. It's like waiting for that person to heal. So here you go, 8 of Cups, here's the return. The person went away, they went on a journey, they did what they had to do, they healed, and now they're back again in your tangible reality. Or this is you returning to your person, like, right, I'm ready now. It's like got this coming back from the ocean energy, like going off on a voyage, like, and then that kind of Nostos energy, the homecoming energy. Feels like coming home. You feel like home to me. That's Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, right? You feel like home to me. Yeah, you're my soul tribe, you're my soul family. Like, destiny's brought me here, look. It's like you, I know that I recognize you as part of my soul family. I recognize you as somebody who's part of my soul tribe. You know, we have the same values, we have the same, we've been on the same life path, we've done the same healing. This is, it could be that you're joining some sort of group, you know, some kind of like AA or support group, or they're giving me sexual healing. And look underneath there as well, King of 3 of Cups there as well. So yeah, absolutely soul tribe stuff here. Yeah, returning to your soul tribe, finding your soul family, finding the people who match you, who support you, who accepts you for exactly who you are. This is, if mostly friends, I'm not seeing the Lovers card, but you know, maybe it could be more. But even, you know, no matter how you define this relationship, this is your soul family. It doesn't matter. You don't have to put a label on it. These are people who are meant to be in your life, because they reflect, they mirror things back at you, right? They mirror things back at you that you need to heal. And they make you face yourself in the mirror and do that shadow work and go away and heal and come back again and say, look, now I can look myself in the mirror. Now I can look into my own eyes and accept myself for who I am. I can love the man in the mirror, right? Yeah. So whether this is you looking at yourself, which partially it is, but I really feel like this is a connection where somebody else has a parallel life to you, and you really, it's like you can look into each other's eyes and not only accept them for who they are, but because they mirror that, it's like you can accept yourself. Those parts of yourself that they mirror, because you love it in them, you can love it in yourself. In a healed way though, right? Not in a toxic way. Yeah, that's it. Story done. You've got choices now, you've got options. Where are you going to take this then? Let's get you some advice. I'm going angels. I'm going angels and princesses. So let's see which angel you get. The plain Ed Sheeran again, my bad habits lead to you. Archangel Gabriel, Saint Francis, Melchizedek, Archangel Jeremiel. Reflections there, look. Reflections, dreams, visions. I'm actually going to go again because I'm not going to read 3, but I'll show you what's come out there. Study, spiritual development, law of attraction. He's gorgeous, isn't he? Love a sexy silver-haired gentleman. Saint Francis, animal communication, activism, and service. That definitely gives me Virgo energy. I don't know if you've got Virgo in your chart. And Archangel Gabriel, North Star. I told you North Star, right? Destiny. Self-expression and creativity. This gives me somebody who's breaking gender boundaries, like transgender, drag queen. That could be for somebody. Can I get one card, please? One card for the advice for people associating with this reading. One card, please, for advice for the people coming to this reading today. Horus, clear seeing, intention and perspective. So Eye of Horus here. That is a cool card. It's never come out for me before, this card. So interested to see what this one says. Horus is an ancient Egyptian sky god who is depicted as a falcon or a man with a head of a falcon. The Eye of Horus is traditionally used as a powerful protection amulet and a symbol of seeing, spiritual sights and healing. Remember, you've got the High Priestess here and you're in current emotional space. Horus is known as the god of kingship, war, the sun and moon, perception, perspective and intention, and he is the consort of Hathor. Whenever you need to see things more clearly, call on Horus, the oracle. Look at things from a new and higher perspective. Okay. Embody the energy of Horus by taking time to consider things from all viewpoints and perspectives. I think that's what you're in the process of doing. Being flexible in your thinking and listening to other people's views, accepting criticism, right? Being open to criticism. Criticism is, it's helpful, even if it comes in a harsh way or even if it comes in a way, an angry way, right? If you take the emotions out of it and just really pay attention to what this person's saying, right? Don't take it personally. Actually read between the lines, like take the emotion out of it, read between the lines. What is that person actually saying beneath what they're saying, right? Why are they so angry? What exactly has prompted that person to give you that criticism? Normally it's not even really about you. When somebody comes at you, it's normally something about them that's, again, it could be something that's triggered, it could be something in you that makes them feel insecure. So normally there's something behind it. So don't take it personally. Take a step back, right? Take a higher perspective view of it and kind of analyze what really is going on with that person. I say that as somebody who is very critical, right? But when I give criticism, to me, feedback and criticism is honoring that other person. It's like because when I use my voice, when I give someone that information, to me it's like I'm giving you my time here. I'm giving you my it's kind of like Kent, again going back to King Lear. If you see the character of Kent in King Lear, he's a brilliant advisor because he tells the king straight, right? He respects the king enough to give him truthful advice, as well with the fool. So actually the two people that the king really needs, Kent and the fool, are the ones who criticize him, are the ones who give him the tough information. You know, they're the people he really needs to listen to and keep close, and not the kind of flattering panderers of the knights that he consorts with, not the false lies of his daughters who he's giving away his property to, you know, who treat him very, very cruelly in the end. So do go and watch King Lear, I think, because that's a really interesting way of looking at people who give you honest criticism, right? It's respect to me as an air sign. Also Virgo energy, I mentioned Virgo energy. Virgo is another sign that's very, especially if somebody has Virgo as their Venus placement, Virgos will criticize the people closest to them. Virgos will criticize the people that they love the most. It's their way of showing love. It's like, I really want you to be the best version of yourself that you can be, so I'm going to criticize you because I want you to kind of work on those flaws. But the problem with that is that it can be really destructive. It can really kind of attack that person's self-confidence. It takes a strong person, a strong confident person, to be 100% open to whatever people want to say to them, right? Opening your third eye, knowing that the intention is key, setting intentions and creating goals that feel aligned to your heart and soul. Right, where is my princess deck? There it is. Believe in your own magic. I think that in itself is a good lesson to learn. I'm just making a mess here now. Okay. Advice, please, for... What just happened? It felt like one dropped and it didn't. That was really weird. Advice, please, for anyone associating with this reading. Mural, be your first priority. Perhaps some people do paint murals. Interesting that they're painting a picture of a castle burning here. Be your own first priority. Yeah, but I feel like that's what somebody did, right? They walked away because they had to heal, right? They walked away because it's like you can't really give to another person unless you're in a position of self-worth and a place where you've healed, to really, really give and show true love to another person, whether that's romantic or otherwise, right? It's like going into a relationship with somebody that you have a lot of love and respect for. When you're not healed, it's actually bringing baggage to them. And I think as well that other person's going to accept you, right? They're going to accept you with the baggage. It's like, yes, come to me, I love you, I'm here for you, I'll support you. But being aware that you don't want to place your emotional burdens on somebody that you really truly love, and being like, do you know what, no, I need to go and work on myself. I need to be in a position where I feel a sense of worth and a sense of value. I need to feel like I have something to offer, probably emotionally, before I can come to this person who actually I have a lot of, I really, really respect and have a lot of feelings for. Again, double star energy. You've both been doing this, I feel. And that's what you want. You want to get into new relationships from a place where you've both fully healed, right? You've both completed those cycles, because then you're going into something new, right? Without panicking about red flags all the time and things like this. Be your own first priority. Whatever you're currently grappling with, you must put yourself first. When you're on an aeroplane, they always tell you to put on your own oxygen mask before you try to help your neighbour with theirs. It's really interesting, isn't it? Especially because I had that feeling of not having enough air. That's why I've opened my window as well. It's like I just didn't have enough air. So again, it could be somebody who has panic attacks, something like that. Or maybe it is like aeroplanes. They're giving me, I could really use a wish right now, right? Aeroplanes in the night sky. I wish they were shooting stars. When you're on an aeroplane, they always tell you to put on your own oxygen mask before you try to help your neighbour with theirs. That is to say, if you don't make sure your own energy bar is full, then you'll have no energy to give to somebody else. Oh, I feel like that's a bit of a kick to me. I'm so tired right now. I've not been able to sleep. Literally knocked myself out with like a half, because I'm a bit funny about medication. I only take it if I really need it. But I knocked myself out with like a half dose of Night Nurse last night because I was like, I need to sleep. I need to get my body clock back in order. So I was like, I'm just gonna have half and see how I go. Be brave enough to admit when you need to take a step back from the demands of others and work on making sure that you're okay. Yeah, heal, be strong. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean that you're never going to fall down again, especially if you're dealing with addictions and things like this. You're still going to go through stressful periods in your life where those old habits kind of flare back up. Those old patterns of behavior present themselves again. Being able to recognize that in yourself is the key to breaking those patterns of behavior, but also being open and honest with your new partner or your new friends and saying, do you know what, I'm a recovering alcoholic, or do you know what, I had a gambling addiction, so that they know, right? They know what's appropriate to do around you, so that they're not kind of offering you a drink or topping up your glass, if you're like, look, I've got an alcohol problem. So it's being open and being honest with yourself and with others, and letting your friends help you, and letting your friends it just feels like honesty, right? Self-criticism, accepting criticism, and healing is kind of the key thing of this. They're really nice. It kind of gives me 50 First Dates as well. Again, with the memory, somebody could have something with the memory. 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore, where when she's had a good day, she paints, right? Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? then we wouldn't have to wait so long. Right, I'm gonna go. I hope that was helpful to somebody. Really, really wanted to come through. And yeah, take care of yourselves, take care of your friends, be there for them. Help them with the baggage, but don't carry it all, right? Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys. No, wait, no. No, I'm being told. You need another song, okay? There will be more songs in the description box down below. You can go and click on those and see what you get. So funny boys, again, it could be like sex addiction or something. I don't know, somebody who gets themselves into one night stands a lot. I don't know. Advice, please. Don't Get Me Wrong by the Pretenders. Don't get me wrong if I'm looking kind of dazzled. I see neon lights whenever you walk by. Don't get me wrong if you say hello and I take a ride upon a sea where the mystic moon is playing havoc with the tide. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting all shivery. Don't get me wrong if I'm acting so distracted. I'm thinking about the fireworks that go off when you smile. Don't get me wrong if I split like light refracted. If I split like light refracted, I'm only off to wander across the moonlit tide. Right, wandered forever. A moonlit mile. Once in a while, two people meet, seemingly for no reason. They just pass on the street. What did it say? Train station, right? Suddenly, thunders shower everywhere. Who can explain the thunder and rain? But there's something in the air. Don't get me wrong if I come and go like fashion. I may be great tomorrow, but hopeless yesterday. Don't get me wrong if I fall in the mode of fashion. It might be unbelievable, but let's not say so long. It might just be fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Maybe somebody's got very unique fashion taste. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna leave it there. And yeah, once in a while, two people meet. So yeah, hold on to the hope. You've got the star card twice there. It's gonna happen for you, right? Just make sure you're doing your healing. Make sure that you're gonna go into these new relationships in a place where you feel like you're in a healthy place to do so. All right, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.